Oh my gosh. Hey team, welcome to our Boss Babes Vision Workshop. This is something that's been in the works all month long, honestly, and we've known that we wanted to do this for you all, and we were just kind of waiting for the right moment. And I also kind of feel like we all get in such a hurry at the start of the new year, like New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, that we have to have everything figured out and all of our goals and everything perfectly aligned, and we don't. Like, I love that we've kind of taken our time to get to this moment, and kind of allowed you guys a chance to kick off your new year, with your families and with your business. And now we can kind of take a step back even near the end of this first month and really get super clear on our vision and our goals. And I just feel so like blessed and excited and motivated and inspired by all of you right now, and all of the work that you've done so far this month. And your excitement and your energy is just, it's keeping me awake at night, to be honest, and bouncing me out of bed in the morning. And tonight has been something I've been looking forward to. Sarah Robbins, a lot of us are learning from Sarah Robbins, who is like a guru in network marketing professionals and a mentor. She said this would be the most important call you do with your team of the year. And I knew right away when she said that, okay, we have to do this. And I've always wanted to do something like this. And we've done different things like this within our upline team, Sparta Nation. But I think that right now, this is the perfect timing for us. And I think that our team is on the brink of greatness in many, many ways. And I've never felt so confident and sure about the road ahead for us than I felt in a really long time. And so tonight we're going to get crystal clear on our vision for our lives, not just for our businesses. It will be a part of that, but for our lives. Because what's so interesting, I've had a lot of conversations today with various coaches on this roller coaster of emotions that life and business can bring to us. From your health and fitness journey to building your business, to starting your business, to continuing after 5 years with your business, to just raising a family or flying solo. There's just so many ups and downs that life can bring us. And if we know where we're going and we stay grounded in our goals and our vision all year long, we're more likely to be able to weather those seasons and still come out on top, having made progress. It's just kind of like a lot of our girls are, all of us, we're going into Super Bowl weekend, and my challenge group has already been, my bar babes have already been talking about this, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to eat? Da, 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 da. And they're like worried about it. And I'm like, just stay true to yourself and to your goals. Eat real food, drink more water, eat more veggies. Like, just do that. Just remember your focus, remember your goals, remember where you're going, and you'll be fine Super Bowl weekend. Like, who really wants to eat the Velveeta cheese that's made of of toxic chemicals? Like, I don't any longer, right? And so I just know that we are going to create these amazing goals. And a lot of you shared, those of you that are in our High Achievers Club, your goals for the year. And you're so excited about them. You're so motivated by them. Those of you that have a goal to hit Success Club this month, and maybe you haven't yet at this point, there's a point where we tend to throw our hands up and just kind of give up. But if we know where we're going and we know why, and we know how it's connected to our vision and where we're going even beyond in 2020, we have an opportunity to really stay focused on that. And so I think tonight is super powerful. And I think tonight's call will be the most important call that you participate in for the entire year. So we're recording it. So whenever you have new coaches enroll, whenever you need kind of a little shake or a jump start, those of your coaches that couldn't make it tonight, make sure that you keep this call in your back pocket so you can give it to them. Because we don't need January to create a vision and to set goals. It's kind of good timing, but we can revisit this all year long. And in fact, I'm going to challenge you tonight that once we're done with our workshop, that actually what you write down tonight is something that you visit every single day. Every single day, that this is a piece of paper that you leave wherever you do your work or wherever you do your morning routine or wherever you place your head at night, whatever, that this is something that gets read every single day. Because if you remember like this fierce, hungry desire within you to live your best life in 2020 and why and how and what that looks like and what that feels like, you're going to be more focused, more intentional, with your activities in life, okay, not just business. But tonight we are going to connect this to our business. I had all kinds of other things I wanted to say, but I'm just going to throw it over to our gurus, okay? So I didn't know if Lindsay and Erica knew I was going to call them a guru tonight, but I think they are. So I've also asked Lindsay Rohr and Erica Buzzard to be a part of tonight's workshop because in my mind, they're really motivating, inspiring, and they're very spiritual, and they really do an amazing job of getting me in the right headspace when I need it. So I knew they were perfect for tonight. And so we're going to start on our worksheet with steps 1 and step 2. And step 1 will be starting and creating a mindset of gratefulness and gratitude, because I think if our mind is in the right place for tonight, really magical, powerful things are going to come out of our pen and onto the paper. And then Erica is going to help us see our future and visualize it. And then I'm going to help you connect it all to some specific goals in areas of your life. And then we're going to see how our business can help connect us to our dreams and our future. Okay. And so I'm just going to go ahead and throw it over to Lindsay. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. For anyone who I have not yet met, my name is Lindsay Rohr. I've been coaching a little over 3 years now, and I am so excited to talk to you tonight about gratitude. I remember 3 years ago when I first started a morning makeover free group with Erica and Aaron. It was my first time ever practicing gratitude journal. And I feel like a gratitude journal is something that's becoming more and more popular in our culture, right? A lot of people that we know might already do this, and we write a list of these things that we find gratitude in, that we're thankful for. But tonight I'm going to challenge you to dig deeper than just make a list of the things that are good in your life, because I don't know about all of you, but for me, if I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders around with me, which, let's face it, most of us as women, and do we have any guys on here? I haven't seen any yet. And sometimes us guys too, right? We carry a lot of emotional crud. It might be from our past. It might be from a really long time ago. It might be from the day before, or it might be from the moment before. Whatever it is that might be that extra weight on you, sometimes that interferes with you really truly being in a state of gratitude, and you really truly being able to walk through the day and to see all of the positive things around you. Because you don't have to raise your hand here, but maybe you can give me a head nod or a yay man in the chat box here. How many of us have said in the past year, I just have a lot going on right now? Man, it's been a really hard week. I am so exhausted today. I can't even think about reaching out to someone, or, going to that extra study that I wanted to do, or meeting up with that girlfriend, and we isolate ourselves because we have too much going on. And I'm gonna just call us all out right now. It's not that you have too much going on, it's that you're focusing on those things, right? I had a really big, tough week last week. One of the heaviest weeks that I've had in a really long time. And I want to tell you this. My practice of gratitude and leaning into those who I know are in a state of gratitude not only carried me through, it helped me rise above one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. And I promise you, no matter what you're going through today, last year, or a year from now, this gratitude will help you take that weight off of your shoulder, not just after you've overcome it every single day. It's going to help you take the weight off of your shoulders every single day. And instead of just writing a list, I'm going to give you I'm going to try to be real quick, breathing exercise where I want you to consider, what if in the heat of the moment of something really heavy happening in your life, you said, gratitude starts with me. The moment that you feel icky, like, man, this is just too much, frustrated, How many of you get frustrated with coworkers or people or your kids or your spouse? I mean, the people closest to us are usually the ones that, you know, can frustrate us the most, right? But I want you to write this down right now. Gratitude starts with me. And I'm a yoga instructor, and I'm also new to meditation, but I've been practicing it a little bit more this past year, and I'm going to practice it a lot more after we've done a little manifestation challenge with some of the Star Diamond leaders. But I want you to consider doing this. With your thumb, tap each finger. Gratitude starts with me. And the next time you get really frustrated with someone in your life, a spouse, your kids, a boss, your parent, someone else in your family, that crazy friend next door that keeps griping about your yard. I don't know what it is, people, but there's something that usually agitates you at least once a day, if not 100 times a day. And I want you to try this. You're going to take your fingers underneath your desk or the kitchen table or wherever you're at, and you're going to close your eyes and take a deep breath and say, gratitude starts with me. And you're going to make a shift in your internal feeling, in your external energy that you're giving to people, simply by checking in with yourself and saying, do I really need to carry this weight? Because I'm going to also maybe call us out a little bit more here and say, is the weight that you're carrying usually because of someone else's actions? Something somebody else did or said? Because I talk to women every single day, and I don't think they realize it half of the time that they're saying it, but what they're telling me that they're going through is so hard is what somebody else is doing. And it's somebody else's actions that are coming up against them. And girls and gentlemen, if you're on here, I get it. I feel it every day. But I'm going to tell you this. We are giving you tools tonight that are going to help you rise above in a moment, instead of waiting for the entire month or the entire year to get over being out of that state of gratitude. Because really, that's all it comes to. Shifting your focus to the things that are good. Shifting your focus away from that person or that feeling or that circumstance that you're not going to be able to control, especially if other people are part of it, right? You come back to you and your center, okay? So if you have a candle, and it's not yet lit, go ahead and light it. Set it close to you. If you have access to the lights around you, I'm going to invite you to turn them off. Okay, I'm going to turn off mine right now. Got some lamp lighting in the background. But I'm going to do this breathing exercise, and I want to encourage you to do this at least once a week, if not a few times a week. Before bed, this breathing exercise, honestly, you can do this without the lights off. You can do this sitting at your desk at work. You can do this sitting in the car rider line picking up your kids. If you're going through a really hard day, this is going to help you tap back into gratitude. But you have to believe it, okay? You could go to work every day and tell yourself, this is the best job ever. And guess what? It's likely going to be your best job ever. If you went into work every single morning and said, this is terrible, I hate this, guess what your work environment is going to be? Pretty darn cruddy, right? So gratitude starts with me. I want you to close your eyes, and I want wherever you're sitting, you can just sit comfortably, but I want you to make sure the crown of your head is up towards the ceiling and your tailbone is down towards whatever you're seated on, okay? I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. If you're not, just keep them open. Maybe look down, okay? But start breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And continue with that breath, in through your nose, out through your nose. I want you to feel this sense of control with your breath. I invite you to listen to some calming music that I'm going to play for you. And just notice your inhales. Notice your exhales. And give every single inhale more time and more space. Let it be pronounced. Let it be audible. And continue with that breath. Big inhales, big exhales, and make every single exhale longer. Give it more time, give it more space, because this breath is yours. You own it, you control it. It signifies your life, that your heart's beating, and that this breath, this act of breathing, is an opportunity for you to find the balance of drawing in what you want, what you need, and how it serves you. And when we complete the breath, we also give ourselves the opportunity to let go, to release anything that does not serve us. We breathe in, we breathe out. And then I want you to just adjust your shoulders, raise them up and set them back. Notice that shift in alignment in how your heart is open, your chest is open, and continue with this big, audible, intentional breath. And just that shift in alignment, what can that be with you along with breath? If you were to tap into this place where you feel completely confident, completely loved, completely overtaken by releasing and letting go of anything that weighs on you, anything that does not serve you, anything that's not in your control. Where does this leave you at, and what are you feeling? What maybe comes up is that sense of ultimate joy and gratitude. Take 3 more big breaths right here. And just take a moment to turn your chin inward towards your neck and feel that stretch, that lengthening down your spine. Take a moment to raise your chin up towards the ceiling. Bringing your chin back down to neutral spine. Take a circle with your head in each direction. Slowly as you come around. After that full rotation in one direction, shift and go the other way. Come back to that neutral spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open your eyes if they're closed. And take a moment here to just see what that moment of giving yourself the time to focus on your breath and to be completely in control of how you feel, what that does for you. And know that you can do that in any given moment of any given day. I'm going to turn on the light so I'm not talking like a floating head here. I want you ladies to know that you are fully capable of being happy in any given moment, and even on your hardest days, practicing gratitude will help you with that. So on the first part, if you've printed off the worksheet that we have for tonight, I want you to go to number 1. And I want you to see, if you were to draw in, to fill up with all the things that are going really good in your life, or maybe they're not, it's progress, not perfection, right? Maybe they're starting to gain momentum. Maybe they're starting to become those things that really fill you up with gratitude. I want you to write those things down, okay? If you don't have that sheet printed off, no big deal. Just grab a piece of paper, a notebook, whatever it is, and you're gonna write down your gratitudes. List your wins and your blessings below. What's one thing that's gone well for you on your journey, any part of your journey this week? If somebody could tell you something that or ask you to tell them something that you're proud of this week, what would that be? And maybe consider something simple, like a article of clothing that just makes you feel good. Or maybe it's something that someone said or did that made you feel joy. Maybe it was one of those proud moments where you stepped back and saw someone that you love do something or overcome something, right? But what I want to encourage everyone to do today is when you write down your gratitude, and a really easy way to practice gratitude daily would be to write 3 things that you're grateful for every day. I do that in a Start Today journal every single morning, and it really helps me start to get centered, right? But instead of saying, I love my vanilla candle right here, just maybe list why. So I love my vanilla candle because, all right? I love my spouse because, and dig a little bit deeper as to what you're grateful for in that moment, in that day. And I think that in that same sense of tapping into our breath, we'll be able to tap into gratitude and let it overcome us just a little bit more. All right? So we're going to go ahead and move along in this exercise, and I'm going to turn it over to Miss Erica Buzzard.
Thank you for that, Lindsay. I'm totally clear-headed now, and it's so crazy to me how even after all this time of practicing gratitude and learning meditation alongside you and alongside this team, that just giving yourself room to breathe and room to really tap into your pulse and the breath inside of you just allows an openness. And so I'm really grateful for that. I was totally there with you. And I hope that you guys take time, even just a couple minutes a day, to build gratitude into your practice, because something I say often is gratitude makes us a magnet for miracles. When we are grateful for what we have, we get more of the things that we are grateful for. What we appreciate appreciates. And so it's so true when we focus on the goodness and we focus on what fills our heart, we get more of that. And there's so many things beyond our control. And gosh, we're so much reminded of that this weekend with the things that have been going on in our world. And just to have the air in our lungs today and have the voice to be able to speak is a gift. And there's so much beyond our control, but I can tell you there are also things within our control that I want to remind you of. And that is your daily practices, what time you wake up in the morning, what you think, what you see, what you choose to feast your eyes on, what you choose to focus on, and the actions you choose to take. And so I believe with my whole heart that this visualization workshop that we have for you tonight is a gift that you need to use often. And so we've talked about gratitude. And so it's my honor to share with you about visualization. And I can speak from experience that visualization is a practice that not only in my psychology background is there truth and science and spiritual backings behind this practice, but gurus that exist today, like Jack Canfield, if you've ever listened to The Secret, or if you've ever heard of the Chicken Soup for the Souls, that's all like his work. And he speaks to how visualization absolutely is what we can do to ensure that our future becomes something that's beautiful. And so there's 4 important benefits I want to talk about, just because I don't want you to do this because myself, Lindsay, and Aaron are telling you to. I want you to do this because you believe in it. Because like Lindsay said, if you don't believe in it, then it doesn't matter. So Aaron, could you go ahead and, okay, perfect. Thank you, Lovey. I was just wanting to make sure we were muted. So there's 4 important benefits. It activates your subconscious. The act of visualization activates
the synapses in your brain and start allowing you to generate creative ideas. It programs your brain to more readily perceive and recognize the resources you need to make that which what you see happen, because you start to notice things that will bring you closer to that which what you are visualizing. It activates the law of attraction. So it draws people, experiences, resources, opportunities into your life that you need to accomplish those things just by visualizing it, just by thinking about it. And it builds that internal motivation to take the necessary actions, which Lord knows we as coaches and as business owners need that. We need to be reminded of that on a regular basis, because there's a lot of other things that can steal our attention, especially by 9 p.m. on a Monday night. Can I get an amen for that? So, but we're here now. So be proud of your decision to be here. So I'm going to also ask that you take a moment. What I'm going to do for the next couple minutes is walk you through a visualization exercise, and then you're going to have an opportunity to write down on the other end of the exercise the thoughts, the images, the visualizations that come to mind. So I'm going to also ask you to close your eyes and just clear your head and to allow yourself to imagine. Close your eyes. I see some of your eyes open. Don't be like my kids and not listen. Don't make me tell you twice. Okay. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You are living the best possible and ideal life. I want you to dream big. No restrictions, no hows or whys it's going to happen, no overthinking this. I want you to think of the most magnificent version of you possible. What do you look like? How do you feel? How do you spend your time? What does a day in the life of you look like? What kind of car do you drive? Who are you spending your day with? What are you doing in that day? Where do you live and with who? What are your relationships like? How do you love and how are you loved in return? Do you love to read? Do you love to cook, travel, run? I want you to be specific with the things that are coming to your mind right now. This is 5 years from now, 5 years of working on you, 5 years of making yourself a priority, 5 years of evolution, 5 years of becoming. Where do you vacation? What does it feel like to go throughout your day? Are you optimistic? Are you inspiring, encouraging, joyful? Who are the important people in your life? How do you treat people? How do you spend your money? Are you happy? What are you doing for work? I want you to be as specific as you can be without judgment. How many children do you have? How many grandchildren do you have? How old are they 5 years from now? I want you to see this as a movie in your mind playing out before you. Now I want you to open your eyes, grab a pen. Step 2, I just want you to write down everything. You have the next 5 minutes to just write down as much as you can about whatever came to mind as I was speaking those words. we have just about 2.5 minutes left. Some other things I want you to think about here would be your finances. Think about your finances. Think about this beautiful team that you're growing here right now, this vision for what you want for your business, the impact you want to make, the income you want to make that's directly connected to the impact that you're making. I want you to think about those things as well. Okay, you guys, that was wonderful. I see some of you still writing. I would encourage you to continue to flesh out that vision, because that is your pathway to where you want to go. As a man thinketh, he becomes. You are what you focus on. And I'm here to tell you that myself and Erin would not be in the position that we are in today if we didn't have a clear vision of what we wanted to happen, how we wanted to spend our time, how we wanted our business to impact our lives, which in turn impact our daily behaviors. And I will tell you that all of the visions I had for my business and for my life that I set into motion 5 years ago, just about all of them have come to fruition because I first set it into motion, and then I did actions every single day to bring me closer to those visions. And I believe with my whole heart that that can happen to you. So I'm going to turn this over to Erin. She's going to walk you through a few specific ways we can connect that vision to a little bit more specific goals. But I'm just so excited to continue working through this with you guys. So thank you so much for being here.
See, now you guys know why I asked them to do that. You guys, that was perfect. Thank you so much. I just want you guys to lead the rest. I'm going to do my work. Okay. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Lindsay and Erica. We are so blessed to have you as leaders on this team. Like, seriously. Okay. Erica's right in that had we not sat down, and I don't know why we did. Okay. We never went through a vision workshop. Like, nobody, like, I don't know why. I don't know. We were just so like excited to just crush it. And we saw the potential of how our business could impact our lives through the success of other people. We saw other people succeeding and we just were like, well, let's do it, you know? And so we need a plan, and what are we going to do? And so I will tell you this, that the most pivotal year in the growth of my business happened because I had a list of goals written out, and I literally looked at them every single day. And they were really, really specific, like so specific that it was like, I need to add 2 coaches to the right side of David's business so that he is a diamond by this date. Like, it was that specific. It was as specific as, and some of them were like dreamy kind of goals. Like, I will have a housekeeper cleaning my house a couple times a month. I will hire an assistant to help me with my business, to help me do X, Y, and Z. And what's funny is that year, I think it was like 2016, that year at the end of the year, and I still have that because I look at that, and it's just a great reminder of where I've been and where I've come from and where we've come from, is that I can literally look at that list of goals and check them all off the list. One of them was to earn the trip Cancun. I can't remember which part of, I think we went to Cancun that year. It was to go to Cancun, to earn the trip to Cancun, right? Things like that, the Success Club trip. I had goals that I had for our other teammates and coaches, like Erica. I wanted to help her get to a certain place. So it's so important. So we are sitting here with our heads and hearts full of gratitude and blessings. We're sitting here and we filled our heads for where we envision our life going in the next 5 years. And what I'm going to ask you to do is turn the page, if you haven't yet, and look at step 3, where we're going to write down a main goal that we have for each area of our lives, focusing on 2020. 2020 is the year of perfect vision and clarity. I love it, right? 2020 vision. So we're just going to roll with that. It is the year where we are going to determine how we want to feel at the end of the year. And we're going to set goals to help us get there. Whether it's connected to our business or not right now, it doesn't really matter to me, because I want you to end 2020 where you can lay your head on the pillow that night and say, I did my very best. I lived my best life in 2020 because I had an intentional plan and I knew where I was going. You know, I knew exactly what I was going to do with myself. Also on my hard days that sucked, I still got up and did it anyway. We got up at like 4 a.m. every day. And we started our day with gratitude because we knew where we were going, even when it sucked, even when our kids woke us up in the middle of the night or got sick in the middle of the night, we still got up because we had a plan and we knew why, and we knew why it was important. We knew how it fit into the bigger picture. And so let's do it. Let's make a plan. Everybody's plan is going to be different. It's all going to be very personal and unique to you and where you are right now. But the thing is that when we set goals, they have to be something that pushes us and stretches us. If we immediately think that we can achieve it tomorrow, it's not big enough, okay? It has to be something that makes our armpits sweat a little bit and makes us uncomfortable. And if we shared it out loud, we'd be like, I can't believe I just said that. Like, seriously. It's something that maybe we would fear the judgment of other people. And I just want to really say, like, why do we care about the judgment of other people at this point in our lives? We're like all grown-ups, right? But we do, and it's crazy. But it's a goal that we feel is going to help us get closer to that vision. It's also going to help drive us to our big goals this year. So let's get started. So we're just going to, I'm going to talk, you start writing. Okay. I'm going to talk you through it. You just write, say, pen and paper. Okay. When you think about your health, your fitness this year, okay, health overall, okay, what is a main goal that you have for what you want to achieve when it comes to your own health? It can be as specific as a number on a scale. Okay. It can be a size of pants. It can be a dress or a bathing suit. It can be a cholesterol number. It can be a diagnosis that you want to work on and conquer. It can be something that maybe you're even battling internally with your mental health, anxiety, depression, feelings of overwhelm that you want to look into this year and finally grab onto. Maybe you've been hearing all about, holistic health and, wanting to go vegan or go vegetarian, whatever. There's something that you want to learn more about, that you have a goal that you want to explore this year that's going to improve your health. Okay. Maybe it's something about a physical fitness program, one of our Beachbody programs. Maybe it has something to do with push-ups or set-ups. I don't know, right? Pull-ups, 6 weeks of the work. Whatever it is, there's a goal that's going to help drive you this year when it comes to your overall health. Something you finally want to overcome, tackle, achieve, that you're going to wake up every day and remind yourself that this is where you're going. But more importantly, I want you to write down descriptive words that help you come to better terms with how you want to feel at the end of the year about your health and your wellness. How do you want to feel? All of that plays into your bigger picture. And I really do believe that our goals with our health are our priority. Because when our health is in a good place, we really can show up better in life. And we know that just as being products of our own product. So it will impact so many other areas of your life. So I really, really want you all to take this so seriously, this first one with health. Then moving on to your family. Whether you are married and have children, it doesn't matter, but your family, whatever that word family means to you, it could mean something beyond a spouse or a partner or children. But what are goals that you have for your family this year, and areas that you want to improve on, that you want to feel better about when it comes to your family? When you think about your time spent, your energy given, your presence when it comes to your family, how do you want to feel? And what does that look like this year for you? Your spirituality. I think this is something that makes some people uncomfortable, but I think we've seen tonight that tapping into your breath or your gratitude or your visualizations are very powerful, and in my mind are a form of spirituality if you're uneasy when it comes to talking about faith or God or religion or the universe. And so while you don't have to practice a certain religion to be spiritual, there is something really powerful when we tap into our own power within. And that comes with gratitude, with meditation, with seeing where you want to go with your visualizations. So maybe you've seen us talk about Gabby Bernstein, or you've seen us talk and mention different spiritual gurus, or you've seen people on our team who've had goals of reading the Bible or of reading devotionals. But I do believe that when we can connect our heart and our head and our spiritual being to something bigger than ourselves and connect that to our visualizations and our goals for the year, there's something really powerful that happens, because we're connecting our purpose and our power to something bigger than ourselves. And I think there's something really amazing that happens. So what goals do you have for yourself this year when it comes to your spirituality? It could be as simple as becoming a regular attendee at your church, or it could be something about learning how to meditate and adopting a meditation practice. It could be adopting the practice of gratitude every single day. It could be something as simple as that. It could be something bigger though, and forming a group and helping other women tap into theirs, hosting a free accountability group where it will also hold you accountable to doing something like this as well. How do you want to feel at the end of the year when it comes to your spirituality? How do you want to make an impact, maybe not only in your life, but in the lives of others too? I like to think about it that way, because sometimes when we think about how we want to serve others through our own mission and our own goals, I think sometimes even bigger, more powerful things happen. Erica mentioned this, but I think it's time to write it down and be really specific about it. Your finances. And we're all business owners at all different levels, right? Some of us have full-time jobs, part-time jobs. We all have this business partnership. We're all teammates as Team Beachbody coaches. So we have a business opportunity and a way to make an income financially. But I really want to challenge you this year. I'm going to say this, okay? So I really want to challenge everybody. I'm going to be like your financial mother for a second, okay? If you don't yet have like a business checking and savings account, or like a credit card just for your Beachbody business, think about that. Write that down. Are you really taking yourself seriously as a business owner if all of your Beachbody income is going into your joint checking account or just your regular checking account? Are you really taking your business seriously if you don't have a savings account for it, or a credit card just for it to track your expenses? That's something that I've seen a lot of our coaches not have. And sometimes we just need somebody to tell us that that's something we need to think about. My mom's also an accountant and a CPA. And so she's a really great advisor for me. But early on in my business, I really felt myself take myself a little bit more seriously when I went to the bank, all like a big girl, and I opened up my own business checking account, even though my check was maybe only $40 every now and then. But it was all going into my account. I could control it. I could save it the way I wanted to. I could monitor it the way I needed to. I could say, babe, I'm now paying for one of our car payments. And I can make that decision very comfortably and very confidently. So I think we need to be aware of how much money we're bringing in and monitoring that and doing a really good job with our Beachbody business income. But overall, even thinking about your family's finances or yours that, with your job, is there a certain amount you would love to save? Is there something you would love to save for? Is there a certain amount you would love to make each week or each month that with your business or with your job, that you want to save up for something? I love it when people make financial goals because especially, oh gosh, when I know Gina did this, she made a really big goal financially that she wants to take her family on a trip. And then she told her family, well, now she's got to do that. Okay. Like that's huge, like I told my kids, I'm saving for Disney. Megan's kids are like, Mom, get to work. We want to go to Disney. Like seriously, when you make big financial goals of saving for something big and you share it with your family, it really does help incentivize you. I didn't mean to make light of that, but I mean, seriously, that's kind of fun to think about because a lot of us have an extra income coming in and it can make such a difference. Do you want to pay off a certain credit card bill? I've seen our coaches pay off college debt. I've seen our coaches help their own children with college. I've seen our coaches do so many things with their income, take their children on vacations and trips. Like it's really, really cool. So what do you want to do and how do you want to focus on your business or on your regular finances this year? And then your career. Now, if you're a full-time Beachbody coach like me, Erica, and Jenny, and Megan, you have free reins to change this to anything else, okay? But those of you that have a career outside of Beachbody, which is the majority of our team, think about how you want to show up in your career, what advancements you want to make there, what areas you want to grow in. I know when I was a teacher, I still had goals that I set for my classes, my students, benchmarks there, certain evaluation scores, ways I wanted to be involved and be a good team player for my faculty. Also, mental strategies for dealing with negativity in people, right? I mean, it was hard. So how do you want to make an impact and what goals do you have for your career this year? Okay, the last two are really important and I think super fun to think about. Okay, so we're all here as teammates because we're business owners. And all of us here have a desire to grow this year, or you wouldn't be here tonight. Like, I'm so freaking excited that 40 people were on this call at one point in time, because that tells me that everyone here has a desire to learn and to grow. Okay. I know that some people have bedtimes going on. And so we have to, we're flexible with all that. There's no judgment for anybody that jumps off. Okay. But what do you want to achieve in your business this year? This is one I want you to get so super specific with. Is there a goal by summit? Is there a goal by the end of the year? Is there a rank goal? Is there a number of lives you want to change goal? How many people do you want to bless with this same business opportunity and with this team? Think about that. How do you want your business to grow and evolve this year? So what's a main goal that you have about your business or your team this year? How do you want to feel about your business at the end of the year? How do you want it to bless your life? And then lastly, I think this is huge for all of us. I think that all of us have an area of our lives that we would love to improve, right? Just like our own health, an area of our life. Maybe it's in confidence. Maybe it's in spiritual growth. Maybe it's in business knowledge and mindset. I know that has been a game changer for me to just take a step back and say, all right, I've been reading all the positivity and all the yay raw stuff. I need to learn how to be a better business owner, or I need to learn how to be a better, more effective leader. I need to learn how to be a more patient mother in times that are hard, right? Like, so what areas do you have in your life that you want to focus on and grow this year? But be really specific and set a goal for your personal growth. I would love for this to be number of podcasts that you listen to each week, or number of books that you're reading or listening to each month. I know that I see a lot of friends that have a goal of reading or listening to to 1 to 2 books a month, you know, on Audible or whatnot. I think we're all different kinds of learners and readers, but this was an area that I know for me that I kind of said, I let those excuses come in if I don't have enough time. I'm so tired at night, I can't sit down and read. And so, but once I realized and saw the power of personal growth, it really has changed everything for me. And so if you're still not in a personal growth groove, that's something you need to work on and find this year, and set a goal for it and be really specific about it. Those of you that are doing personal growth on the regular, maybe really expand yourself on your goal. My goal this year is to attend at least 2 non-Beachbody conferences in person. Like last year I went to Rachel Hollis's Rise. This year I have a goal to attend at least 1 more conference, because that for me is huge and I love them so much. So think about that in terms of your own personal growth. Okay, so we're continuing on. If you're still writing, that's fine. But we're going to wrap up tonight's workshop with the last page, okay? And this is something that you can go back to the other categories and fill in, but I want you to really think about this, okay? And this is going to make sense for everything. You know, we started with gratitude, we went to our visualization, we looked at all the different areas of our life to set goals, our finances, our spirituality, our health, all of that. Well, this last page is going to help you see how your business will connect to a lot of these goals, okay? And I'm calling it manifesting the dream. Because what we're doing on this last page is we're not just taking our dreams and our goals and just writing them down, but we're going to see how our business and our actions in our business can help those become a reality. Because we do have something in our hands and in our possession that changes lives. We've seen it happen, and it can happen in our life. But let's give ourselves a chance to see how it can impact us and our goals. So I'm going to ask you this first question. How can my business, your business, support your goals and your vision this year? How can your business impact your health, your family, your spiritual growth? I've seen so many people grow spiritually because they're coaches, like myself included. How can your business impact your finances? How can your business impact your career? I swear, because I was a coach, I was a way better teacher. I can't even tell you. My time management at school was off the hook because I wanted to be able to work my business during my prep period. Okay, like seriously, I removed myself from toxic negative relationships at work because of my business. Like it was huge. I met Erica, right? Because of this business. I mean, for real. I mean, honestly, at work, right? I mean, it's crazy. How can your business impact your team, your growth of your team this year? And how can your business impact your personal growth? How can we afford to go to conferences? We save money through our Beachbody business to afford to go to the conferences. You know, think about that. So think about that. Manifest your dreams. How can your business support your goals and your vision this year? Even going back to that 5-year vision and thinking about how you want to feel about your life and what your life looks like in your home and what kind of car you're driving. Your business can be your vehicle to get there. It can literally be. And because our hearts are starting to race a little bit, if you're anything like me, like writing all this down, you're like, okay, but how, right? Like seriously, there's so many people that are like, okay, Erin, I understand why I need to be a coach on your team, but tell me how. I understand why I need to do all these things, but tell me how. You already know how. You already know how. Even if you're Katie on here, who's the brand new coach, okay? You know where to take action and you know where to start. It could even be seeking out answers or asking for help, asking for one-on-one, asking for mentorship, asking for guidance. Never ever assume that I am too busy, that Eric is too busy, that Lindsay, Megan, or Jenny, or Courtney are too busy. We're never too busy. Okay, you guys are our family. We're never too busy for you. We might say, hey, can we chat tomorrow, but not tonight, okay? But so how are we going to take action then? If we have this visualization of where we're going, if we see what the dream looks like, if we can feel it and we know how it's going to feel, and then we know these specific areas of our life that we want to work on, and we know that our business can support those goals and those visions, then what do we need to do? Starting now, starting tomorrow, to take action What do I need to start doing? Ask yourself that immediately in order to make my dreams a reality. If you want to save up money to take your family to Disney, which I highly recommend, okay. If you want to be able to have a housekeeper, which I highly recommend. I'm cleaning my own house right now, which that's a whole nother story, but I've had a housekeeper for a long time. If you want to be able to take over a car payment, if you want to save enough money to make a down payment on a house and buy your own home, I know we have coaches that are doing that. I know that we have coaches that would love to be able to say, hey, babe, I've got this payment. I'll never forget when Julie Boris told us a story where she was able to pay for her family's mortgage payment with her Beachbody check. I was like, what? Like goosebumps. That's the power of connecting people to our solutions that change lives. But we can't give up. We can't give up when we think life is too hard, like Lindsay was saying. We can't give up when the weight of the world is sitting on our shoulders. We can't give up. And I talked about this. I went on a rant in my Instagram stories today because I was like, no, like too many people are letting this weight hold them down. You guys, that's our own choice. We are taking a road less traveled. We are taking a road less traveled. And that's why we're going to be able to climb the mountain and everybody else is still going to be walking circles around it because we are. And it's worth it every single day because it's going to get you closer to changing lives. It's going to get you closer to making an impact. It's going to get you closer to making some of these dreams a reality. So you got to know and you got to write down some of the things that you know you need to start doing immediately. And it can even be just asking for help. Okay. All right. So if Lindsay or Erica, if you have anything else to chime in, I'm so excited. Like I
actually do have something to add to this, you guys. So yes, this work is really fun to do and probably tugged at your heartstrings a little bit, but you have to make this a routine practice. This isn't just like something that we do today and then you put it in your folder and you don't look at it the rest of the year. This is your guidepost. This is your heartbeat. This is what you wake up to in the morning. This is what you go to bed at night thinking about. This is what guides you to get your bat hustle in, your business activity tracker, your invites, showing up on social media, sharing your journey. This is what fuels you to do the things. Does that make sense? So you have to remind yourself of the vision and not just say, oh, I want to take my kids to Disney. That's not enough. You've got to revisit the vision that you have put in place for your life often, every day if possible, often, so that it becomes wired, the new thoughts, the new tracking system in your head, the things that you will then rest your thoughts on. Okay. So it's not good enough to just do it today. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not going to get you where you need it to if you just think about it today. But I promise if you do the work and you let this be your path, that it will happen because this dream is not on your heart just by chance.
Yeah. And the days that I don't read my vision, like maybe a weekend or we're traveling and things are crazy, like I can feel it. And I'm like, where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I? Like literally, I mean, it's crazy how grounding it is. And I think sometimes we just don't feel confident about what we're writing down or we don't believe it, but we're done with that. Like, I just want you to know that, like, get it, just like that, the disbelief in yourself, you need to take it and just be like, done. I'm done with that. This is a new chapter. It's a fresh start. It's a new beginning. And this is your manifestation of your future.
Yep.
The people who succeed, it doesn't just happen. It's not just luck unless they won the lottery. And that's not what we're doing here. We're doing intentional, amazing work here. And it's your life you're talking about. We don't just let it happen. We don't just get by. Like I've heard so many times, I'm going to get on a rant for just 2 seconds. Heard so many times people say, get through it. Just get through it. No, don't just get through it. We are going to survive and overcome and thrive through it on the other side of the obstacles and the roadblocks and the setbacks. That's where we begin to thrive because we worked ourselves through it. We didn't just get through it. We thrived through it. We tackled it. We conquered it. And so that's what we're going to do. And this is going to help you tackle it every day. It's going to help you tackle the snooze button. It's going to help you tackle not inviting. Erica's like, I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk.
I know. I'm like, I'm waiting. And diamonds are created under pressure.
Yes.
You have to have that pressure to create the muscle. You have to have that muscle tear, that soreness to create the growth. And the thing is if you knew how these things were going to happen, then they're not big enough. They're not big enough. The answer is not how am I going to do it? The answer is that's what I want to happen. All right. So you shouldn't know. Erin and I didn't know how we were going to be present for our kids to get on and off the bus. We didn't know how we were going to sit in that classroom on the holiday parties and like not have to like write lesson plans. We had no idea. That seemed like the craziest thing we could even comprehend or imagine. But we still visualized it. We still saw it. We still believed it was ours. And guess what? It happened. We didn't know how it was going to happen, but we used that hope and that dream to keep that fire stoked within us each and every day. Mm-hmm. And that is what is yours for the taking, you guys. And that's the last thing I have to say about that.
That's perfect. Yeah. Okay. We could go on and on, right? Okay, you guys. So, okay, let's wrap this up. And I just want to thank you so much. Like, I'm just giving everybody the biggest group hug, like right now. Yes, I feel so good and about this, and I hope you do too. So whatever is unfinished, and I know if you're anything like me, you're kind of a processor, you may not have even written down too much, or maybe you were hesitant because you didn't think it was right. Okay. I know y'all out there. Okay. Or you like filled up the front and the back of the paper. We're all different types of people, but I want you to make sure wherever you are right now, you just leave your paper there and you walk away from it tonight. Okay. And you come in tomorrow morning, maybe set your alarm a little bit earlier, even though you might be going to bed later. And this is the first thing you see in the morning. I want you to remind yourself first thing in the morning where you were tonight, in your mind, your body, your spirit, your heart, and whatever's unfinished, continue working on it. Okay, give that gift to yourself. Like, do that. It's going to be so awesome. You're going to wake up tomorrow with excitement and you're going to be like, wow. Okay, and you're going to add to it. It's going to be so much fun. And you're going to cross things out as you go and you're going to add things. And this is a working document. Okay, so I would just love, before we get off this call tonight, because I love to see things in the comment box. Okay, I would love to see something, let me think how I want to phrase this, that you are committed to from now on because of this practice tonight. What is something, anything, I don't care, big or small, that you are now committed to because of this practice tonight, because of this workshop? Lindsay, I love you.
It needs work, okay? We're not communicating.
Everybody needs work. Well,
somebody's frustrated.
I don't want to speak to everybody.
I'm going to release frustration with sex.
I love you. Daily manifestation. That's awesome. Oh, Jenny, you are still young. Stop it. Okay, we need more than Jenny and Lindsay. Okay, come on, y'all. What are you committed to because of this workshop? What are you committed to? I love that, Amanda. Daily gratitude practice. I mean, Lindsay even said that when we were still like recording. So she's forever like awesome. She's, yeah, it's okay, babe. Everybody needs to know this is real life over here. Okay, love it. Working daily on my anxiety and releasing it. Checking back regularly. Yeah, I love that. Aw, Gina. I'm not going to read them all out loud, you guys. Okay. Aw, I love it, love it, love it. You guys are amazing. So whatever you wrote down, like in the chat box, please make sure you write it at the top of your paper. Okay, whatever you shared, or if you didn't share something and something came to mind, write it down, because that is a priority that you want to happen. So maybe that's a number one thing that you're going to focus on in case other things kind of get to seem like too much. just like Lisa, get to the end of the day and just read that book, girl. Okay. Just read the book and it's a win, right? Lindsay, you get to the end of the day, you just, do the thing and it's a good day. Oh, okay. You guys are awesome. All right. I'm going to stop the recording, but if you want to continue sharing the chat box, feel free. Okay.